One does not simply walk into Mordor. At least, that's what Boromir would have you believe. But I'm actually going to. Because I am Frodo Baggins. And this is ArdaCraft. I've never played this before. I actually heard about this pretty recently, and I decided that I wanted to kind of do a bit of a play along of this while I'm reading the book. So I've been reading it for, honestly, I've been slow about it. I've been reading it for a couple of months. So I am really only up to, what was the last thing I just did? Fog on the Barrow Downs, I think was the last thing that I did. So we're just going to kind of head in that direction. And we're going to see how long that takes us. There's a couple different Minecraft Middle Earth mods or just servers. This one's ArdaCraft over MCME or MEMC, whichever it is. I like the fact that this is a mod pack. It's a resource pack. It's got the whole thing, so I'm not just kind of like blindly following some other map. I did do some running around here just to kind of get a little bit of a feel for how long it was going to take. So we're just going to kind of follow the Pathfinder and see what happens. So let me just re-begin this. Three's Company, 23 September 3018. Frodo, Sam, and Pippin set out on their quest. ArdaCraft follows the books more specifically. It doesn't really follow the movies quite the same way, which I don't mind, and I like that detail. Wishing to avoid unfriendly eyes, they head west in order to skirt around Hobbiton. Are your eyes unfriendly? Alright, now that we see how friendly he is. Also, sorry if this is running like ass cheeks. I did everything I could to try to optimize it as best as possible. They jumped over the low place in the hedge and took to the fields. There it is. Yeah, I tried to optimize it as much as possible, but when I start recording, it really doesn't do exceptionally well. So, you know, I'm doing the best I can here. Oops, that's the Windows button. I'm using a new keyboard because I'm currently writing a review on it. So I keep misclicking buttons like a fool. Here they halted and waited for Sam to catch up. Sam, catch up. Okay, now that Sam's caught up. Where's my Pathfinder? There you are. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? It was there, now it's gone. Yeah. Right? Yeah. I don't know why. Sometimes it gets away from me, and sometimes I can follow it really nicely. Oh. They turned left and took to the fields again. It's just going to be kind of a relaxing playthrough. I'm not going to do much crazy narrating and commenting. They crossed the water by a narrow plank bridge. I might read excerpts of the book in a bit of a voiceover. I'll see if I choose to do that or not. Just certain parts that I enjoy, maybe to give a little bit more context to certain moments. Because this doesn't give the full story. It just gives little blips to kind of show what happened at the certain points, at the landmarks that it uses. So we're skirting the fields, cutting around. Back on the road again. Such a peaceful journey at this point in time. I just love how detailed this is, too. Like, it's just passionate people who are passionate about Lord of the Rings, and probably Minecraft, who just are willing to invest their time into it. Why are we getting framey? Come on now. They crossed the Great East Road and entered the Tookland. Fool of a Took. Yeah, the way that it goes in the movies is very different than the books. And I don't want to say very different, but they had to take some liberties. Merry was not with them from the start of this. He went up ahead to What is it? Buckland? Frodo looks back north towards Hobbiton and wonders if he will ever see that valley again. I wonder if I'll ever see that valley again. Anyway, yeah, Merry went up ahead of them, and we meet up with him a little bit later. But he was not with Pippin, as Pippin just magically ran out of, I think it was Farmer Maggot's crops, if I'm not mistaken. Frodo's nipples get itchy. I was thinking about it, right? I wanted to take this journey into Mordor. Hang on, the hobbits rest here and have a frugal supper. If we're talking about supper. Potatoes. And, of course, oops. What would I be without my little box of seasoning? Alright. Feels right to me. And on we go. They strike a narrow road that winds through the green hill country towards Woody End. I just love the different mods that are in there, like the branches on the trees. The nature sounds are a lot improved from standard Minecraft. Like, you almost look at this and don't even realize you're playing Minecraft. They plunge into a deeply cloven track between tall trees. This is certainly deeply cloven, and these trees certainly are tall. See, the hobbits were doing a lot more singing while they were taking this trip. I will not be singing. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll read something. Ah, the South Farthing. Lovely. Yeah, maybe if I read one of the songs they sang in the books or something. I don't know. I don't want to hold myself to that. I don't have the voice of a hobbit, after all. Yeah, fuck that road. Cutting in through the woods. That scared the life out of me. The hobbits spent the night in this fir wood and are noticed by an inquisitive fox passing by. You're over here somewhere, Foxy. Oh, hi! There you are! Oh! Oh, hello! Oh, I didn't see it the first time when I ran through. Look how cute it is! Hi. Oh, hello. You can also zoom all the way out, which I think is really funny. I have a branch tip? That's strange. So now it feels like I'm having a really bad experience when I see the fox. Whoa! Alright. It is so cute. Look at his little face. Hi, you're so inquisitive. You're so inquisitive. And his little sounds are so cute. Alright, I'll see you later. I mean, I guess I won't, probably. Beep. Yeah, peep to you too. Okay, I'm just gonna have a potato, you know? If we're gonna rest, I'm gonna eat up a little bit. Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. I could do that whole scene, but maybe I'll wait. Maybe I'll wait till the point that we get there. Where am I going? This way. Lovely water. It's funny, I was actually going to do this yesterday, and I wanted to have my desk standing, because if I can't physically walk into Mordor, I at least want it to be standing and not sitting down. My standing desk stopped working, so luckily they're sending me a replacement, but I didn't feel like waiting the God knows how long that was going to be to get it, so here I am, sitting. Yeah, sometimes people be yapping on this server, too. Just gonna run ahead of the Pathfinder here. The hobbits sit on the bank at the side of the road and have lunch. Nom nom nom. Salty. Alright. Moving forward. Yeah, we sat on the bank of the road and have lunch. We did that. I already had that lunch. I'll have another potato, though. Oh, dude, I'm just chowing down on it. I could do the whole trip to Mordor just like this. Yeah, it's gonna take too long. Alright, carrying forward. Who? Still a really peaceful trip. I'm glad nothing bad is gonna happen. Nothing bad is happening. There's no one following me. Sam hears a rider approaching from behind them, and Frodo tells everyone to get out of sight. Get off the road! Frodo sees a rider robed in black stop by the tree, then continue onwards. He feels a sudden, unreasoning fear. Yeah! Oh. Get out of here. We gotta run. It's time to leave. Man, just as I said it was nice. They carry on keeping a stone's throw away from the road. Yeah, probably for the best. But, oh no, I fell in the river looking at Sean Argent's butt. Pause. Is this where it went? Yeah. Told you, sometimes it gets away from me. The hobbits eat a light evening meal, sheltering in an old dying oak tree. Alright, moving on. Yeah, light evening meal in the oak tree. Where am I going? Point me in the right direction, Pathfinder. It sounds so naturey out here. I want to go on a hike. Hear hooves behind them and get into cover. As they hide among the trees, a black rider dismounts and starts to search for them. Draws nearer. The sound of elven voices rise and fall in the starlit air. The rider retreats. Hello? The elves converse with them and agree to take them to the hills above Woodhall for the rest of the night. To rest for the night. Thanks, elves. See, I don't think that happened in the movies. I don't remember exactly. I should remember that. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I don't think... They pretty much just get to the prancing pony. Like, they have to run for the Brandywine, I think. And I think to Buckleberry Ferry? I think that's where they ended up going. Like, it was like a race to Buckleberry Ferry, as opposed to, in the books, Farmer Maggot took them there. They reach a grassy space in the evening, with the wide flatlands to the east laid out before them. They rest for a while until the stars come out. Then the elves call for speech and merriment under the trees. I was gonna change. Let's see. I could change the time. There we go. Time for merriment. You can't see shit. Luckily, there is a thing for that. /NV. I have dark vision, relax. It's time for speech and merriment. Ah. A fire is lit in the wide space like a hall, roofed by the boughs of trees. The elves give them food and drink of surpassing quality, and Frodo spends a long time talking with Gildor. Hey, Gildor. Hey, what's up, Frodo? In the morning, they wake refreshed and return to the grassy space. In the bright morning, they eat the food the elves have left them and debate their next move. Frodo argues for a shortcut through the Marish, whereas Pippin wants to take the road with a stop at a local pub. They take the shortcut. Yeah. Fuck you, Pippin, dipshit. Sorry, I'm just breakfasting. It's making me really want potatoes now, though. Yeah. We're going to the Marish, idiot. I think there's more text down here, so I'm just going to hold off a second. After scrambling down a steep and thicketed slope, they find a stream blocking their path. Looking back up the slope, they see on the edge high above them a black figure standing by a horse. They give up any hope of returning that way and carry on downstream. Yeah! Black figure, standing by a horse! Fuck that. They wade across the Stock Brook and come to a belt of trees. Ah, a belt of trees. The hobbits sit under an elm tree, eat lunch, and start to sing. They are quickly cut off by the distant cries of the riders. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Rest in peace, my granny. She got hit by a bazooka. Yeah, I think about it every time I hit the hookah. Kaboom. Kablow. We've been interrupted by distant cries. Through the Marish we go. That would be what they were singing, especially Pippin. Pippin's definitely on TikTok. They come to the edge of a large turnip field and see a wooden gate ahead. This is Bamfurlong, Farmer Maggot's land. I remember when I stole mushrooms from here as a kid. I hope he doesn't remember. 3 huge dogs burst out of the gate and growl at the intruders. Maggot appears, calls his guards off, invites the hobbits inside instead. For a second there, I thought he remembered the mushrooms. Oh, that's not a dog. Where's the dogs? Where's the dogs? Oh, puppies! I'm coming in. I'm saying hello to you. Hi. Oh, they're named. We've got Grip, Fang, and Wolf. Oh. Mrs. Maggot brings out beer for the 3 companions. Farmer Maggot tells them he had an encounter with one of the riders, looking for Baggins. The farmer makes some shrewd guesses about their predicament, and offers to take them to Buckleberry Ferry in his wagon after dinner. Well, that'd be very nice of you, Farmer Maggot. Ah, the door. In the books, we are now riding by wagon. By the time they reach the causeway, it is dark and foggy. Maggot turns his wagon northward and heads for the ferry. Going north, heading for the ferry. To the ferry, to the ferry, to the ferry, 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 to the ferry, to the ferry, to the ferry, ferry, ferry. Rest in peace, my granny. She got hit by a bazooka. Yeah, I think about it every time I hit the hookah. Kaboom. Kablow. Kaboom. They arrive at the entrance of the ferry lane and hear hooves coming down the road. Frodo is hidden under blankets. After a few moments, they realize that it is Merry, who has been looking for Frodo. Maggot bids them farewell, leaving them a basket of mushrooms from his wife. Merry leads them down the path and onto the ferry. Before them rises Brandy Hall, the ancient dwelling of the Brandybug family. As they cross the river and leave the Shire, Sam has a strange feeling that he is leaving his old life behind him. It's beautiful, though. They look back, and on the far bank, they see a dim figure in the darkness and mist. Oh, it's Jeffrey Epstein! Stupid joke. Dumb, stupid joke. This is about as far as I made it before. Maybe that's why it's lagging aggressively. Hang on, Jesus Lord, what's happening? Discovered, Brandy Hall. A smile delved into Buck. Oh, it's gone. The music is committing suicide. Buckleberry, the chief village of Buckland, lying in the shadow of Buck Hill. Lovely place we've got here, truly. Someone's cat just meow? Long way through Buckland. There we go, baby. This is Frodo's new digs, as far as anyone's concerned. 25-26 September 3018. The hobbits arrive at Crick Hollow and meet Fatty Bolger. They stay here overnight. Frodo discovers that his companions have known about the ring and his quest all along and are determined to go with him. Yeah, in the books at this point, Frodo was trying to leave. Like, he just wanted to leave on his own because he was tired of putting his friends at risk. And they didn't know, or at least to his understanding, they didn't know about the ring and where he was going. So it was only Sam that actually knew, or was supposed to have known. But that's why this chapter is called a conspiracy. A conspiracy unmasked, I think? Yeah, conspiracy unmasked. The reason for that is because the conspiracy was actually the fact that they were conspiring to come with him regardless and no matter what. So it was just a bunch of homies being good homies, essentially. Although Sam really does have some loose lips. Luckily in this situation it did not sink any ships. It just gave Frodo everything he needed to succeed. But yeah, I mean, this is exactly how I pictured it in the book. I mean, it's so... You don't see this part in the movies. They don't have any of this. But it is so wonderful here. Like, it's really homey. It's like fully stocked up with food and everything. Oh, the bathroom. They took such good baths here. That was such a big point of it, is how they were all just enjoying their hobbit baths. Oh boy. The Old Forest. Early in the morning, the hobbits leave Crick Hollow and collect their ponies from a shed. It is windless and the grass is gray with cold dew. Music's having a seizure again. Here's the shed. Let's grab the ponies. Want a sugar cube, girl? You want a sugar cube? Burnt peanut side-eye, the burnt peanut gif. I feel like I need to click that. Please hold. This probably won't get captured. It might. It might be getting captured. I'm not sure. Okay. Hang on a minute. Great. That's really great. That's really something. Anyway. Back to business. Everything's still recording. That's lovely. Anyway, got the ponies. Heading back out on the road again. The hedge looms ahead. It is netted with cobwebs. Merry brings them to a cutting walled with brick that dives beneath the hedge. Fatty Bolger bids them farewell, and they head into the Old Forest. Oh, God, it's so amazing how well people are able to represent something just based off of a book, and the fact that I see it the same way. Old Forest, an ancient remnant of vast woodlands in central Eriador. You know, like, reading the book, this is how I pictured it. Like, that's how I pictured the hedge. That's how I pictured the entrance to the forest. This is how I pictured all of these things. The forest becomes denser and more difficult the further they go. They feel as if they're being watched. And then I believe it's the elder tree that decides to consume my homies. And it's like they were going in circles, basically. Discover. Oh, yeah, the bonfire glade. A site where the hobbits had piled and burned. I didn't see what that was. I'm sorry. Hobbits emerge out into bonfire glade. It was, It was something. It was like the trees were encroaching on the edge of the hedge, so the hobbits went and chopped down a bunch of trees and then burned them in this glade. Not the main characters. This happened a long time ago, in context, and it's basically the only nice part of the forest that's just like a cutout glade. And then after that, the trees kind of minded their business, and so did the hobbits. Well, the hobbits kind of did. Anyone who ventures in here kind of gets fucked up, as we'll see. God, the way the music is adapting perfectly too. And I think the lighting, it's not like it generally wouldn't be. Excuse me. But I think I just kind of have it timed nicely, unless it is adapting to the part of the story. O wanderers in the shadowed land, despair not, for though dark they stand, all woods there must. Fuck, I cannot read this. It's such weird English. This book is so weird. O wanderers in the shadowed land, despair not, for though dark they stand, all woods there be must end at last, and see the open sun go past, the setting sun, the rising sun, the day's end or the day begun, for east or west all woods must fail. The context of that was Frodo was singing that to try to lift their spirits, but it just got to the point, even while singing the song, his spirits were so far from lifted, and the song failed at the point where he sang fail. That's right, and then they came up on a hill. Yeah, so the time's not doing what I needed to now. Oops. Lol. I'm not finding my path. Hello? Path? Oh, there it is, yeah. Yeah, they reach the top of the bare hill with their ponies and look out. Below them lies the line of the Withywindle. As the sun rises and passes noon, they glimpse far off in the east the grey-green lines of the Barrow Downs. I think that's the Withywindle right here. And then let me just check which way east is. Does it not tell me here? Oh, no, facing east, yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yep, there's the Barrow Downs. There's fog on those. Be careful. Assume those birds are just not doing anything. Okay. And back down we go into the forest. Yeah, they came up on the hill and they were like, wow, we can see. But all they can see is fucking forest, bro. They head northward, aiming to find the Great East Road. You'd think they'd go east. It's a joke. But the road keeps turning away. But you don't want to leave the road in the old forest. Let's see how well I pictured this in my mind compared to how these people pictured it. The path they follow starts to descend towards the Withywindle. They decide to strike northward off the path and make for the main road. Come on now, music. Stop having a seizure. We can get it together here. It's okay. I was like, that looks like a steep drop to just jump down. They scramble down the deepest rut yet and find it impossible to get out again. They can only follow it downwards. They emerge into the long grasses, reeds, and willows by the river Withywindle and find a path which leads them eastward. Oh boy. Ah, the Withywindle. This is pretty. I would hang out in here. I would take a hike in here every day. Just call me Tom Bombadil. The hobbits grew tired. Merry and Pippin sit against the trunk of an ancient willow, whilst Frodo sits on one of its roots at the edge of the water. Frodo is thrown into the water, whilst Merry and Pippin are trapped inside the tree. Frodo and Sam try desperately to free them, and almost despair until they hear the sound of singing coming down the path. What the hell, tree? Douche. And Frodo goes, "Help! Help! My friends! They're stuck in a tree! Help me! Help me! Why are you singing and not helping me? I need help, not singing." "Fear neither root nor bough. Tom goes on before you." Tom Bombadil's house lies before them. Up, down, under hill. It's just how I pictured it. Look at his little house. His little cottage is so nice. Discovered. The House of Tom Bombadil. In the House of Tom Bombadil, the hobbits step over the threshold and see a woman sat in a chair at the far side of the room. Dressed in green, she smiles and bids them to enter. Ah, Goldberry. They are welcomed by Tom and Goldberry. They spend the next 2 nights in the house and hear many strange tales and songs. Tom is even unaffected by the ring. He tells them to try to make their way northeast and avoid the barrows. On the second morning, they set out. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Tom Bombadil is essentially God, or a god, as close to a god as possible. Goldberry's an angel. I don't remember, like, she's just, like, Mother Nature, essentially. Fog on the Barrow Downs. After breakfast, the hobbits make ready to leave and lead their ponies up the path towards the hilltop. Ponies, 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 ponies. As they dismount to lead their ponies up the last steep slope, Frodo realizes they have not said farewell to Goldberry. At that moment, a clear call comes rippling down. They look out at the views with Goldberry beside them. She bids them farewell. Frodo finds no words to answer. I wish they could have had mobs that were like some of the characters in the game, or in the book. I would love to see a Goldberry mob that just like follows me out. Yeah, music's not great on the old Barrow Downs. First time I listened to this book, I did not know what Barrow Downs were/was. Like, yeah. A range of hills in central Eriador known for their barrows and standing stones. I just didn't really know, so I didn't really know what to picture, but now I do. And this is accurate. They see no tree nor any visible water, only a country of grass and short springy turf, silent except for the whisper of the air over the edge of the land and the high lonely cries of strange birds. And the ominous stuttering music. And then the world starts to stutter all around them. I didn't eat any potatoes while I was at old Tom Bombadil's. Yum yum. You might think this is a lot of walking, but I tell you, this is a 58th of the amount of walking that the hobbits actually had to do. There we go. I assume. Maybe not. Maybe we're just going near it. Looking north, the hobbits see a long, winding valley leading to an opening, gaining a glimpse of a road just beyond. Eastward, they see hills crowned by pointed standing stones like jagged teeth out of green gums. Now noon, they back away into the bowl, taking a seat for their noon meal. Like, it's just so fucking good. This is amazing. This is so cool. The hobbits spring to their feet, waking from a nap, now surrounded by fog. Remembering their northward view, they gather their ponies and make their way down the hill. Hang on, I didn't eat. Nom. Okay. Nah, surrounded by fog, yep. Point me. See, I figured I was going to start straying there. I wonder who did the music for this. The fog closes in around them. They're lost. I wish the fog was dynamic and would do that too. Maybe it should be and it's not on for me or something. Frodo spots 2 standing stones ahead. He rushes forward thinking that they're the exit. He looks behind him and his friends have gone. Friends? You've gone. Frodo hears his friends calling distantly from up the slope, and he clambers up the hillside frantically. He hears them crying for help. He cries out for them, but hears nothing. It is getting cold, and it is wholly dark. He thinks he hears a muffled cry and rushes forward. A tall figure is outlined against the stars on the barrow. Its eyes are lit with a remote, pale light. Frodo is seized and knows no more. I'm seized and know no more. I've been seized into this cave. September 3018. Frodo awakes in a cold chamber. The other hobbits are lying on the floor next to him, as if dead. They are clothed in white, and a long, pale sword lies across their necks. Treasures lie around them. He hears the incantation of the Barrow Wights, and a crawling arm appears. Frodo hews at it with a sword and calls upon Bombadil. After a sudden, deep silence, Bombadil breaks the eastern wall of the chamber and frees them. This is where I will insert the song that Frodo sings to Tom Bombadil. Ho, Tom Bombadillo, by water, wood, and hill, by the reed and willow, by fire, sun, and moon, hearken now and hear us. Come, Tom Bombadil, for our need is near us. Lovely. I don't know if that was enough time for myself. I'll see if I can figure it out. Oh, type /warp barrow exit to leave. For the warp part, idiot. Aha! Thank you, Mr. Babambabambabam. Mr. Babambus Badil. Why am I flying? Bombadil and Frodo haul out the 3 hobbits, as well as the treasures of the barrow. Tom speaks to them and they wake. Merry recalls the memories of a man who died long ago. Tom fetches their ponies and baggage and gives them each a sword from the horde. At this point, it is daytime now. It is bright out. They played around in the sun and then fell asleep and took a nap. I think they played around naked in the sun and then took a nap and then woke up and he gave them the shit out of the cave. Hello? No. Cut hard right. I wish I had a pony to mount. Wait. Completely forgot I had a pony to mount. I totally forgot you can do that. It's fast though. I assume I'm going out this way, right? I totally forgot at the point where you have a pony is what it's supposed to be. Frodo looks all around him but can see no sign of the great standing stones where he lost his friends. They're up there, aren't they? Something? I don't fucking know. Before long, they come to the northern gap and ride through. Oh, music's nicer now. By that I mean it's silent. Tom says that the dike had once been the boundary of a kingdom, but a very long time ago. He seems to remember something sad about it, and does not say much. The line always stands out to me. He's just not a sad-acting fella, so when something is sad, you know it's sad. Standing in the twilight, they feel a sense of loneliness and loss, and long for the Shire. Tom tells them to make for the prancing pony. They bid farewell to him and set off eastward towards Bree in the twilight. To Bree! Now we're scared because we're on the road again. I should be on this road, right? Yep. Me driving as well. I should be here, right? Long way for running. This is still where I'm going, right? Yeah? In the book, they follow the road. I'm just kind of making sure. That's right. At the sign of the prancing pony, before them rises Bree Hill barring the way, a dark mass against misty stars, and under its western flank nestles a large village. Towards it they now hurry, desiring only to find a fire and a door between them and the night. Discovered Breeland, a small inhabited region around Bree Hill, about 40 miles east of the Shire. Making sure I'm not going in any of these doors here. Tom also gave us Fatty Lumpkin. So we have... Well, no, excuse me. He just called out Fatty Lumpkin. He named the horses, though. And they will always answer that. Come on, game. Pull through. Come on. Bree. I did not get this far yet. That is where I've finished reading so far. Oh, my horse doesn't even stay there. So yeah, I am going to stop it here for now. Of course, Frodo is still Bernie Sanders. Will always be Bernie Sanders. I say always. I actually was going to change it the other day, and I just didn't find anything better, so we're going to stick with Bernie. But, yeah, no, so that's going to do it for this episode of Walking into Middle-earth rather simply in ArdaCraft. And the more I read, the more I'm going to do this, so I'll let you know how that kind of goes. Yeah? Sound good? Good. See you next time. Oh, yeah, like and subscribe.